Hi, I'm Dana. I'm a senior at the Cambridge School of Weston, and welcome back to WeAre Leadership. After a successful episode 1, we are back for another episode, this time shifting gears into looking at the fact that athletes can be leaders too. Today I'm joined by the lovely Fang-Yuan, who is a junior here at the Cambridge School of Weston, and this year was co-captain of the junior varsity volleyball team at the Cambridge School of Weston. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Fang-Yuan, a junior. As you said, I use she, her pronouns, and I've been playing volleyball for 3 years at CSW now, and I had the great opportunity to be the co-captain this year, and yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Don't be nervous. Be your true self here.
Okay.
That's what I keep telling people. So we're going to start off with just like a question to get things flowing, and then we'll kind of like free ball it from there. So I guess to start off, it's a little different for you because we're looking at your journey in leadership through an athletic standpoint. So I guess like what made you step into the role of being a sports captain here at CSW, and why do you think it's important to take that step? Excuse me. Wow. As an athlete.
Honestly, like all sports, but I think specifically volleyball is very mentally draining as well as physically, and I think that the most important thing, especially like at our level and just in high school, like I mean, we're not a huge like athletic school, but we have a pretty big volleyball like program. Like the most important thing to remember is just have fun, you know? And I think that like the energy that like is set as an example will really kind of ground how the team works together. And I feel like, you know, even though I have a lot of personal struggles on the court, I always like to remain positive and keep the energy up because I can tell how much it affects my teammates. And even like when other people are like giving positive energy to me, like I can feel physically how that makes me like gain confidence on the court. And I kind of wanted to like step into like I think everyone's a leader on the court and off, like just on the team, but I wanted to step into like a titled, I guess, leadership role so that I could really enforce like my ideas and like how important I think it is to have like good energy and have fun and be positive and support each other in such like a mentally challenging sport like volleyball.
Yeah, 100%. Knowing the idea of volleyball, not even the idea, the reality is that volleyball can be mentally draining and it can be such a hard sport. It is also a team sport. And with that positivity that you had on the court, I witnessed it, the energy, whether you were on the court or off the court, whatever it was, I saw it. What other ways did you bring the team together using that leadership position? And I guess you can air quote it like authority that you had, and how did you use that to continue to bring the team together and build that momentum to get you all to where you were during the season?
I think as like just in every high school, like there's a very big sense of like seniority and kind of the grades, like underclassmen, upperclassmen, and I think because our volleyball program is so big on our JV, because we have 2 JVs, like on JV1, which was the team that I co-captained, like there was a variety of like ages on the team in grades, and I wanted to make sure that like new students and freshmen and whatever didn't feel like they were, you know, belittled or like maybe that they didn't have as an important role on the team. And I wanted to I wanted everyone to feel equal to each other.
Feel heard,
and
yeah.
I also wanted, like the biggest thing I wanted to be as a captain was not like a captain. I wanted to just be another team member. I didn't want to have people feel that, you know, I was above them or better than them, because I'm not. Like I think, yeah, I just like the sense of kind of like family, and that everyone is just as important as others.
You talked about like the idea of being humble and making sure that you allow yourself to put yourself in the position you're on the same playing field as the people you're in a group with, whether you're a sports captain or just an AIA head or anything like that. Why do you think that is so important? And is it something that all leaders should value, or is it just something that you see it within yourself?
I think that it's definitely something that all leaders, at least if you're leading a group that is similar in age to you, it's not like a teacher or whatever, like if you are leading your peers, I think that's something very important because it creates this sense of trust and bond, and you don't have to feel disconnected, and your peers don't have to feel disconnected from you just because you have a title or a role. More of like it's just for them to have somebody to look up to if they want to, or to have somebody that they know is passionate and like someone that's a role model. And I think it's just important to keep this balance of like, I'm also one of you. I'm just somebody who's extra passionate or maybe has done this for longer, but I am also just one of you guys.
Yeah. I think that's super important. I think that it makes a group stronger when there is no sense of, I'm not saying that, like, I think the way I like to do things, I don't care if I stutter or anything like that. It's okay. It's kind of hard. But I think the way that I like to run things, especially when it comes to BSU, is like, I'm just, like, I need this love and support and the positivity that you get from an AIA space or anything that I do just as much as anybody else does. And I think I agree 100% that is something that a leader should try and carry within themselves, especially at CSW, because I think an institution like this one puts it out there so much that all students deserve the same equal opportunity. And I think Ted, the person who runs the volleyball program here at CSW, makes it very clear to the athletes that he works with right away that you can be a leader in many different ways in the program, outside the program, and not have a title. And I think that watching you this year as a captain, I saw that a lot. I saw the fun, different spirit days. We all saw the assembly announcements. We did, and they were so cute. And I saw the excitement that you had doing it, and I think that excitement carried on to your team, and it brought you all closer together, even in the hardest moments, which leads me to my next question. What adversities did you face? You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to. What adversities did you face, and how did you overcome them?
I think like every athlete, like I mentioned before, volleyball, at least every sport, I mean, volleyball is my main sport, so I just say volleyball, has such a mental, like, push and pull, like, not feeling good enough, having one practice determine, your level or ability, or even just having one ball, like, if you shank a pass, like, that can make you feel like, oh, I'm never going to pass well again, or I'm not good at this. And I think I struggled with that a lot because I saw a lot of growth, like, throughout the years, and I felt like I was this year at a place where I could feel comfortable saying that, like, I think I'm okay at volleyball. Like, I think I'm proud of the progress I've made, but because I had this captain title, I felt like I kind of had to perform 100% all the time, which is not ideal and not possible at all for anybody. And I felt like, if I were to get upset at myself or at others, I felt like it was kind of a bad look on my title, my role, and that I felt like I wasn't able to kind of be as upset as other people were, because I felt like, even though none of this was necessarily true, it was just kind of like my internal battles. I felt like, all eyes were on me. I'm supposed to be a role model. I can't get upset with my teammates or even with myself because that sets a bad example. And that just led me to have, like, stronger, bigger, like, outbursts. And I think Coach Mike, while Sally was gone for a period of time, really, really helped me through that. And he never made me feel like I was supposed to be, like, doing better than anybody else, or that I was supposed to be up to par all the time because I'm a captain. He never treated me differently because of the title. Like, you know, and that's what, honestly, like, what I'm most grateful about this season was the coaches and the people around me. All my teammates understood, like, when I was feeling down or going through whatever. It was all in my head. It was all mental, but I just felt so much pressure to have higher standards for myself because of a title.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think that's, like, such a real thing, and I think it's a thing that people don't understand. I have been in that position, especially as an athlete. I was captain of JV last year, and I think I had to get out of that mindset. I think you saw it. Like, I was always locked in, laser focused, and I felt like it was because there was that pedestal where, as an athlete, you feel like you have to be the best of the best to have that title. And it's like, I think you have to learn that the positive attitude can make you an amazing captain. Like, with the position you play as being a lib, you're on the court sometimes, and then you're right back off. In a blink of an eye, you can be off the court. And you can have a bad moment while you're on the court for those 3 rotations, but you have to shake that off and get back out there and do what you have to do. And I think that adds that extra layer. Like, okay, yeah, I have a break because I can't play front row. But when I get back out there now, I have to go out there and I got to get the dime pass. But I have to also know if I shank this ball, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think 100% I agree. There was so much progress in you, whether that was coming to the gym early or anything like that. It was there. Our volleyball program is so large. Yeah. It grows. Everybody wants to get to that. I think I've always had the goal of being a captain, whether it was a JV captain, a varsity captain. But once you have that experience, you're like, okay, I know it now. Like, I got it. I get the flow of it. And you also learn. Yeah, I think my question to you, you learn so much. Yeah. I've learned a lot being a captain of JV. It's a stressful position to be in. You feel like you have to plan things, you have to do all this. What is a piece of advice that you would give an athlete running for captain, or something that you wish you knew ahead of time?
I think that there is so much more to a sport than just the actual sport and the playing of it and the skill and everything. I think what makes a sports team is the energy and the love and the passion and everyone coming together as one. I was told by the head of the volleyball program, Ted Hurley.
Shout out Ted.
Shout out Ted Hurley.
We love Ted.
That's my G. That I should run or try, to run for JV captain because of the energy that I bring to the gym, which I hadn't really thought was something that people appreciated. I think I just kind of let everything out during practice, during volleyball, whatever. Like, it's the kind of the time where I can be as loud as I want and as much energy and, like, you know.
It's like a fun zone.
Yeah, and as a lib, you know, you have to be loud. So,
definitely.
But I always, kind of thought that it was just something, it's just Fang-Yuan, she's cheering, she's being loud. But I guess hearing from Ted that it's something that
is appreciated
and something that adults really, like, kind of enjoy about me was really heartwarming and made me feel like I wanted to be a captain, because I wanted to make people feel like it was a good thing to be excited and to be happy to be there. It doesn't always have to be about competition and who's the best and winning, but being, like, having fun and just kind of bringing that passion and love for the sport, but for your teammates, for the people around you.
100%.
Yeah, it's not just about playing. It's about being together as a family.
Y'all be so heartwarming during these little interviews and stuff like that. And it's just really just, I don't know. But, like, anyway, you know, I do this podcast for my capstone. And I do it because you see who I am. I think literally leadership has become my personality here at CSW. But before we get into my final question, who's somebody that you think should be on the podcast?
Who's somebody I think should be on the podcast? Like we said before, honestly, Ted. Like,
put Ted on the podcast. Ted should do an interview.
That man can speak for days.
Literally.
And honestly, he has some good things to say.
If we do like an adult section.
Yeah. Maybe Maddie, like get some coaches. I think, what are some other leaders? Jadira.
Yeah.
Maybe some Melissa.
Jadira is actually going to make an appearance. We just can't announce it yet.
Yeah. I think Melissa.
Yeah.
Honestly. Have you gotten like Emily or Haley?
They're coming. They're going to be our first dorm leader. I think they're the only dorm leaders that signed up. But
I think you should do Melissa because I think she has so much care.
Yeah.
For the dorms and her job. It doesn't feel like it's her job, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next question is, when you think about a student leader on campus, there are so many of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can't even count us on my fingers. But when you think of a couple student leaders here at CSW, who are a couple that have inspired you and uplifted you, and that you think either it can be someone you feel goes unrecognized, a student leader that is in the shadows and doesn't really like put themselves out there, and it can be somebody that we see all the time in our emails on the stage at assembly. It can just be somebody that you feel like isn't talked about enough.
Mm-hmm. I think just a lot of like the AIA heads, it's a hard and very pressuring job to kind of lead a whole community of identity, and I think that it's so kind of like it's so weird in a way to see like coming in as a freshman all these upperclassmen, people that I look up to, leading these affinity spaces, and you know they were just such like role models to me, you know, like didn't feel like we were on the same level, especially since, you know, we weren't super close or whatever. And now like that they've graduated, like my own friends like you, Cam, Fati, Ryan, Rafi, you guys lead the spaces now, and it's almost like it's so inspiring to see like the people closest to me fill the shoes of people that I once looked up to and were almost like afraid to like talk to and be around, because they just had such good energy and presence that like I wonder if like the younger students feel that way about you guys, you know?
Yeah. I do too. That's actually crazy to think about. I haven't thought about it like that yet.
Right? And, like, when I don't feel like a junior. I still feel like a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that there are students and peers out there that view me the way I viewed, like, my upperclassmen friends. Yeah.
It's crazy to think about it like that, especially, like, once you hit, like, senior year, you kind of start to think, like, it's crazy to think that there are people younger than you now where you once were looking at you like, oh, I want to do what they do. Like, that's cool. And it's like, it's a fun thing. I think also the dorm kids.
Yes.
Like, seeing how they look up to us is crazy.
Because I've always, like, when I was a freshman, I always imagined, what would I look like as a junior or a senior or in college? Even now, I'm like, what would I look like when I'm 18, 21, like 30? And I can never imagine it, but now that I'm living it, it's like, I look and I feel the exact same. And I wonder if, like, you know, like, I wonder if people look at me differently than I feel, you know?
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say? Anything you want to plug? Anything?
I think that you guys should all come play volleyball. I think that even though it can be scary, maybe you've never played before, I was very bad. And an embarrassment to the
She
team.
wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. No.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask the cameraman.
I was bad. Yeah, I was. Okay. Well, when I okay.
No, cut that out.
There's always people that are gonna be better than you, and always people that are gonna be worse than you. But when I was growing up, like I was always felt like you know, there's people like Nia Fifield, good at everything. Like she will try something she's never done before, and immediately she's just good at it.
Yeah.
Like she's like those type of people I look up to, even though she's younger than me. I do
okay
really
to look up to people
Yeah,
that are
I
younger than
really
you.
do look up to her because she's just so. She makes everything look easy. Obviously, I know it's not
And she's so dedicated.
for her, but she's so dedicated to everything. Growing up, I was always bad at everything that I tried that was new. I was always bad at, like, not bad, but I didn't feel athletic. I didn't feel like I was good at all these things that everyone else, like, made seem so easy. I always just felt like I was never good at anything that I wanted to try, you know? And so I was always against, like, sports and stuff. I've tried basketball, soccer, lacrosse, all these things. But when I tried volleyball, yeah. When I tried volleyball, like, no, I wasn't good at it, but it was something that I felt like maybe I could be good at it.
Yeah.
And genuinely, volleyball is the first thing that I have kind of like put effort into, kind of, because I would always quit everything. I quit every single thing.
No, literally.
I quit every single thing that I tried because I never lasted long enough to feel that I was getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you need to stick to something to feel progression, and feeling like you're not good enough or comparing yourself to others is so normal. But you will, maybe it's not volleyball, but you will find something that makes you feel worthy.
Aww. Thanks. That helped me figure out what I'm going to title this video. Okay. That is it for today's episode. Again, huge thanks to Fang-Yuan for being here. She's about to go to Taiwan.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah, safe travels.
Come to CSW. We have mod abroad programs. You just came back from France.
I just came back from France.
There's Panama. I'm going to Taiwan.
Yeah. When this drops, you'll be in Taiwan.
Ooh.
Yeah. So safe travels. She'll probably be like a day ahead of us.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Yeah. But like, I hope you like it, and I'm so glad that you got to come in, do this before you got to leave, because my capstone's in May. My capstone is May 9th at 12:15 on a Friday. Come to my capstone, please. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all on the next episode.
Bye.
Stay tuned.